it's a little too crowded in the mid part. Like there are too many instruments and the vocals, and that's usually something you can't get away with.
Trying to bring it your way,
Hey guys, welcome to the AXSENS studio. We did a whole lot of progress here today in the studio, but more on that in a special episode tomorrow. Today I wanted to do another edition of track submits. I missed to do one on Sunday. Some people complained, so here you go. Welcome to Track Submits, the little segment in my daily DJ and producer vlog where I listen to your music, give you feedback, try to help you to advance, and estimate how long it will take you to get a decent label release. The first track for today is by Lulu and called Dharma. Not the most pleasing track title, but anyways, let's go. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, music production, as the name suggests, is first all about music. So please go back to the music part and learn music theory, at least a tiny bit. Even for electronic music, you need to know what a key is and to stay in a key and just use the notes of the scale. Maybe some chords. If you just want to make techno music, that's totally fine. Just go only with the black keys or only the white keys and you're fine. But this just didn't really sound good. Next up by Foul, a song called You, Deep House. Already a lot better. The vocals too loud, quite a bit too loud. They sit on top of the mix. This never sounds good. Try to embed them more in the mix. In this case, just lower the volume. Also here again, probably the number one mistake on track submits, a wrong kick. The kick is too high up in the pitch. It's around like 60 or even 70 hertz. Pitch it down or just choose another kick. Try to have the kick at 50 hertz. Don't make it for yourself a lot harder, because when the kick is up high, then you need to kind of fiddle the sub bass underneath, which is quite hard, and you have less space for the upper bass frequencies that normal people usually think of bass. So just kick down, more room for the bass, lower the vocals a little bit, and I think you're here on the right path. It sounds like deep house, it's chilled, it's nice, and the vocals are quite decent, so just continue with that. I'd say maybe 1 year to 2 years until you get a nice decent release on a good label. And one more thing, the stereo is way too wide. The song's just too wide. If you listen back to it in mono, there is not a whole lot left. This was by IPN, No Time Left, a decent big room kind of EDM song. Not really my style, as you know, so for me it's always too hectic, too ravey. I think the mixing's quite alright in a lot of parts, like the overall balance is right, but some of the samples, especially in the drums, just sound awkward. I think the snare is not really the right one for this kind of style. The kick could be a little bit higher and punchier and have more in the sub frequencies, because these big room songs usually do all of the bass just with the kick, like the huge big fat kick, giving all of the bass, and then sometimes not really having a bass, more like a upper bass, mid kind of ravey sound that takes care of everything. And I'm missing here the finer details in mixing, like more EQing, more separation, more compression, more reverb, like the right type of reverb for every kind of element. So I would estimate here maybe a year to also 1.5 years until IPN got a decent good release on a label. I think this big room kind of sound, it's easier to get a release because there are way more labels, and it's in general an easier kind of sound to achieve because it's just like all in your face and very minimal. So also follow these rules if you want to make big room EDM. Just keep it minimal, and the stuff that is in there needs to be good. And music wise, keep it simple bass, simple kick, simple snare, and then like your main sound, main synthesizer needs to be a little more special to stand out. Next up by Ivania, a song called March version number 15. Yeah, we all know that. Version 15. It sometimes goes up to 22 or even higher. It's like sometimes ridiculous how many versions you bounce out of a song until you're satisfied. Nice song. So far the best, I'd say. Like the low end is really compact and tight. The kicks, it's nice in the mix. Good example. This person basically did what other people didn't do. The kick sits at the right frequency spot. The bass is surrounding it. It's not too high in volume, not too low. And I really love the call and response kind of type. You have this bassy part going on, and then the ravey synths. Those synths, I think, is like the biggest weak point of the song. It's not that they're bad, completely bad and not working. It's just they need to cut through more. They need to be way more aggressive. Try out another sound, a more aggressive, ravey kind of sound that has more attack, maybe layering it with other sounds, maybe having like a crazy envelope on the sound so that the attack hits really hard and then it does some movement thing. It just needs to like hit a little more, and that's usually something I would never say. I'm more for the chill kind of music, but I think this song, if you make the lead sound a little more aggressive and maybe the arrangement a bit more interesting, you got a release. Like this could actually work. This one by Cousteau, Take Me There, also really good. I love the tight low end kick, bass, good, perfect, don't change that. It's a little too crowded in the mid part, like there are too many instruments and the vocals, and that's usually something you can't get away with. Either you make the instruments really wide and thin them out a bit, give them reverb to push them back in the mix and let the vocals sit in front in the middle, or you just make sure to just get rid of the elements playing at the same time with the vocal, or just lower them in volume and push them even more into the background. The vocal needs space. I'm not a huge fan of the vocal in this song, but everything else quite good. I think just like make room for the vocals when the vocals are playing. When they're not playing, just give more room to the synthesizer sounds. And also the song is really mono, so it's really everything in the middle. It's not everything just in the middle frequency wise, but also like room wise. Spread out some elements, left, right, wide. Probably better than left, right. For release, I'd say maybe just half a year. Cousteau, Ivania, congrats, the two best songs on today's edition of Track Submits. Keep it up, keep on going. Also everyone else, please don't give up no matter what I say, because my songs in the first 3 years sounded even worse than anything else we heard today. It's never too late, don't give up, just stick to what you love doing, give everything, and you will eventually get there. It might just take longer than you might think. Making music is a very, very, very time intensive thing. It's all about who puts more time, more effort, and more efficient time into it. That's usually the person that will make it faster or better than everyone else. Maybe just quit YouTube now and just go to the computer, open your DAW, spend some hours making some good music, and if you're interested for some feedback, just send it to me. The link is down below in the description. That's it for me now, also music making.